live.
That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, let's tell people to hit that F5.
Oh yeah, well, you gotta tell them in chat, I think. Right?
No, mine F5'd automatically in mine, so I think they should be good. You know.
Well, okay, good enough for me. Hello, everyone that can hear us. Welcome to this week's episode of Top Clack. As usual, it's a pleasure to have you here, and we're going to talk a lot about keyboards, as you might expect. We've got a lot of really interesting news today, actually. More so than usual, which is always very exciting. And yeah, so Huey, you look like you're not quite alive. How you doing today?
I'm doing aight. I got some bad allergies, just kicking me in the gut today. Not in the gut, but my sinuses, because it's where allergies kick you. We got some pretty exciting news. Yeah.
No, we do. And I'm like looking through the sponsors gift to see like if it actually is coming.
It is coming. It has popped up like 3 times. So I don't know. No one's noticed it, but it's a thing.
Yeah. I don't know how many times it's rotated. Anyways, if you've been, eyeing our sponsor section, you might have noticed something new. We do have a new sponsor in the form of Zeal PC. So that's awesome. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later when we go over our sponsors in general. So look forward to a little bit more information about that. But yes, Zeal, the man, the myth, the legend himself, partnering with, us, the lowlives, the peasants.
Hell yeah. And let's hit that intro.
Did we not run it yet? I thought you ran the intro.
No, I didn't run the intro. I just switched to us. I'm running the intro right now.
Oh, okay.
Like a little guitar riff.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Intro.
Don't sue us, McDonald's.
Oh shit! Right? I can't. Oh man, can you patent like a jingle that only has like 3 tones? Is that a thing? Someone in chat says I'm clacking it. Nice, fantastic. That's great.
Yeah. But as we mentioned right before we rolled that intro, Zeal is the new partner for Top Clack, so special thanks to Zeal for helping us out with our show, helping things up, awesome things happen. Cool things are going to be on the horizon in that regard. Very cool things.
As usual, yes, very cool stuff. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So
but I want to talk about things before we start. Brian, you got a new camera the other day, didn't you?
I did.
So what are you gonna be doing with that camera?
So, I'm probably going to start an adult film studio.
Ooh, really? Quake Hub?
Yes. No, of course. I did get a DSLR the other day. I need to learn how to use it because I am an absolute nub. But it should be a lot of fun. Like I'll be able to take fancy pictures and maybe use it to stream with, kind of like Huey does as well.
Brian's
Sorry, what?
I was like, you're a nub when it's not a DSLR, it is a mirrorless.
I'm sorry. Yes. All right, fine. All right. Either way, I got a camera. Is that still a term people say?
Camera.
People say camera. Camera. Can I say that? Anyways, so yes, got that. I'll be using that for lots of cool things, including I'll be doing video reviews and stuff like that, just like Huey, so I can be one of the cool kids. So that'll be pretty awesome. Pretty darn awesome.
Pretty darn awesome. You know what's pretty awesome, Brian?
What else is awesome?
The news. Oh my god, we have so many things happen this week, huh?
Yeah, a lot of things I'm actually kind of excited for, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. There is the Top Clack splash screen. Don't mind me just sneezing the whole episode because I'll be doing that.
Also, it's worth pointing out that we do not have a guest today. So if that's something you were only looking forward to, there's your answer. Instead, you get me and Huey, as usual. And Huey is sick, so it's more like 1.75 people. Just kidding.
Actually, I'm like a Saiyan where like when I'm almost dead, I'm actually 3 times stronger.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
This is basically like a liquid sensu-bean. Okay, we're gonna be starting with this topic. I'm going to pull it up for everyone here now. Massdrop is running the Massdrop X Red Sun's GMK Red Samurai custom keycap set happening on a drop site near you. It's probably not near you unless you're in California where they're based, or in Michigan where their warehouse is, something like that.
New Jersey. There
you go. Jersey.
Yeah. God, I hate that accent, man. Anyways, Red Samurai. We talked about this when the IC came up quite a while back. I was actually a pretty big fan of this set, so I'm glad to see it happening. And now, because of Laser, we actually have molds for GMK that have Hiragana sub-legends or Hiragana pure legends. So, like, mono legends. And I think that is freaking awesome. I am 100% going to be getting this set. And I will be getting the mono Hiragana legends. I think that's awesome. I really do. I love the subtle colorway. How do you feel about this set here?
I'm a fan. I don't like the accents. But this is a set I wouldn't run with the accents at all. Like that weird sandy escape and enter, like, not my juice, if you know what I'm saying. But
I feel you. I pretty much never use accent keys on any set, so it's never even something I look at.
I actually don't know if I'd choose the Nishi or pure Hiragana for the alphas. I might even end up getting both. Because like, the pure Hiragana is very, very nice, classy. The Nishi is really busy, but I don't mind that because that's, kind of what I have going on with my HHKB.
No, it's good. It's good. The only problem I kind of have is the Hiragana legends. Like, they look great, but I don't think they really go quite as well with the English legends on the modifiers.
Yeah, you're definitely
so it's like
right
you have like all this like awesome Hiragana, and then it's like bam, code, control, alt, shift. Like, I don't know. It's hard to make that look classy, I guess.
Also, for you and I, like, imagine if we streamed us getting this set, and like people would sit us through like an hour of like trying to figure out where to put all the keycaps.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That would take me a while.
I mean, at least it comes in a tray, but people who know me, I always put things in bags afterwards because I hate those GMK trays. Otherwise, good set. Do we have pricing yet? Actually, I haven't looked at this.
There is no pricing yet. I imagine it'll probably be in line with something like GMK Laser.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, but I guess we will find out tomorrow when it launches at 6 a.m. Pacific time. So not too long from now. It's only 12 hours. So launching pretty soon. If you're into this kind of thing. Which, I mean, you probably are. Actually, let's be honest, you probably aren't. Everyone probably hates this set, right? Usually sets that I like, nobody else likes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Shempai in chat says, can we do Twitch plays, put the key set on? That'd be pretty fun. It'd be like really hard to do, but it'd be fun.
That's a fun game.
What's a fun game?
Overwatch. And you know what's inspired by Overwatch? At least this set is inspired by one character of Overwatch.
Let me guess. Is it our next topic?
It is our next topic, which is an interest check for a GMK Mind Hunter. Is a concept inspired by game characters.
Okay.
Well, if you look at the last picture, I don't know many game characters with that specific Shift, Q, and E abilities, other than just Sombra from the game Overwatch, where you watch over things.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, when you play the game, you can watch over your team a lot because your team is usually what gets it to you.
He says inspired by game characters, which is not the right word because this is clearly themed by Sombra, themed of Sombra, whatever. Because you have that ultimate ability right there, and you have the E and the shift.
There's even the escape signifying. It's a cutout, but there's even the escape signifying Sombra fleeing from the engagement when the rest of her team goes in. So it's a 5v6.
Yeah. Typical Sombra. Anyway, Huey and I actually play a fair amount of Overwatch, so we're pretty familiar with this. But yeah, I think the colors are okay. I don't think it's a bad looking set.
I actually do think the colors are all right. myself as well. I think, yeah, someone in chat kind of said it for me. A muted GMK Iris.
I could see that. I wonder if these novelties will actually be a thing.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I think it'd be really interesting if that somehow happened, if this set even happens. I mean, judging by this thread, there's not a ridiculous amount of interest, so it's been 4 days, but we'll see.
We will see.
What we'll also see.
What we also see.
We'll probably feel it as much as we'll see it. A new Keycap profile.
I love new Keycap profiles.
Love that?
Yes.
Love that. All right. Well, this one's coming to hopefully more than just a minivan near you. This is by Evan, the Van Man. New profile called Hub, which is pretty interesting. He's got some side angle shots of it. It looks kind of like a slightly sculpted XDA, in my opinion.
It's pretty accurate. I actually did have a 2 to 3 month trial period with the 3D printed prototypes of these. They're pretty decent. It's basically sculpted XDA in a way. I'm not a big fan of XDA, but I did think these keycaps were decent. There were definitely some changes since I've used it. It looks like. But a really fun, cool thing is like the default position for the space bars. The correct one is flipped, the equivalent of being a flipped space bar for everyone else. So for people like you and I who flip our space bars normally, it's pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, here in this Imgur album, this small album here, it says the base kit for a hub profile set is 143 keys that covers a wide range of layouts. Okay, so pretty cool stuff there that way. Because I know Evan's done some key sets in the past that were like specific to the minivan, which is fine because obviously he himself is a businessman. He is a business and he wants to sell his products. But it sucks for people that like key sets like that and aren't able to get them because they don't want to use a minivan or a 40%, etc. So cool to see that this will actually be more of a universal thing. Can't wait to see more. I'll pick up a set.
Yeah. Okay, so 143. Okay, so my guess is you got the 104, right? Probably another 6 to 8 keycaps for the minivan separately for compatibility. So we're at 112. So it's 30 plus keys, for wind keyless and everything else. I think that's pretty fine. So I think the big thing is going to be price point and the timeline for it because he's going to be kickstarting it.
Okay. Something else to note here: it's going to be double shot ABS.
Yes.
So there is that. I didn't realize it until just now that the name was actually kind of like a pun.
Hubcaps. Yeah.
Now I feel stupid, as usual. Anyways. Yeah.
ABS double shot, man. That's not gonna be the cheapest thing to produce, but I wish him all the best of luck.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. Want him to succeed.
Yeah. He's a pretty cool cat. We've had him on the. Have we had him on the show before? We've had him on the show before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've also eaten Korean barbecue next to him.
Yeah, so have I. It's he eats a lot of Korean barbecue. No, I'm just kidding.
He's a big Southern boy. Actually, wait, where is he from? He's from somewhere in the South, right?
He used to live in Arizona.
Getting too off topic here. Anyways, yeah, make sure to pay a little bit more attention to that. Hopefully that'll be coming to a store near you. And we can check it out.
Yes.
I can bug him for a review sample. Then he'll tell me no.
So, something else that we wish we could get a review sample of is the M60. But we'll see. But teasingly enough from Rama, the M60 is going to be launching alongside GMK Heavy Industry. Available at a discount with the M60A or separately. It looks like it supports 60% keyboards. I don't know. He didn't put the word only, but I feel like that's the assumption.
Yeah, I would agree entirely with that. I think if you have to note that it supports 60% keyboards, it probably only supports 60% keyboards. And you know, this is something we've seen in the past. GMK 3 run was kind of the same thing. It only supported 60%, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And it had like add-on kits for a little bit more specialized layouts. So we might see something a little bit similar here. In the same sense, I like the way the set looks, but I don't know. Is it too plain? Like, it's a very me kind of set. 'Cause, like, I find it a little boring, like in a good way. I mean, it's not a terribly new or exciting colorway, I feel.
I don't know. We'll see. I want more renders, different angles, different cases. Like, I want to see more information. It's good he's teasing this, because this is some hype build level.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Rama's always been a hype beast. That's what kids say these days.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Hype beast.
Supreme. Right. Hype beast.
Rama is supreme. Yeah. Cool stuff, though. Definitely looking forward to that.
You know,
looking more forward to the M60, though.
Speaking of yellow, there's another yellow set on the horizon. It's this
GMK Serika. Come on, fight. Is Zabubada chat? Fight me. That's probably not the right way to say it.
In before it's Serik, and then there's just triangle.
In before it's like GMK Zabuban. He just spelled it wrong. Yeah, pretty. This is actually kind of similar to the GMK Heavy Industry that
just
we just talked about.
Just reverse the mods with a...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just reverse the mods. The alphas look pretty much identical to me.
Great packaging, B-dubs. It's gonna be running through Massdrop based on that symbol above where it has the M. Has a little.
That packaging is really cool.
He even has a 40s kit people can buy if they are into 40% keyboards, like the JD40, Plank, Minivan, etc. Ergodox, Dvorak, and Colmac, Nord. Some fancy novelties. But let's take a look at the base sets. That's the eyes on the prize right there.
Yeah.
It's going to support Unique's C70 as well. Which is interesting choice because they have some different keycaps there going on.
Well, Zamuman, one of the designers of the C70.
Yep.
So not really terribly surprising here. A couple things to note is the base kit actually supports 2U shift.
Boo.
So, I mean, not that I necessarily like using 2U shift. I like extra compatibility. So that's pretty cool. There's a ridiculous amount of compatibility in this set. So
yeah, there is actually a lot of compatibility.
Which... Really high. Very cool. Awesome. So hopefully this will be out in the not too distant future. There's some more info on this page, but I can't actually find any kind of timeline or price, so...
TBD. We'll see when it goes on Massdrop. See, this is what I like though. He renders a lot of boards. Okay, he has renders with the Nemo, the C70, the Clipe, the Tokyo 60, the 65%, a TKL, a 96 key. Renders like that are great because they give a lot of people different things.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a very thorough guy. Those renders are fantastic too.
Heck yes.
Speaking of Tokyo 60 and Massdrop, maybe you caught this little teaser just last week. Nice little teaser pic from Tokyo Copy Nerd of the Tokyo 60. It says Happy Friday. And something that confused Huey.
Yeah, I thought it meant like Friday. It's gonna be a thing, you know. Happy Friday. Here's your Tokyo 60.
I bet other people were probably confused about that too because this was posted on Friday. So Anyways, little teaser pick there. The reason I wanted to share this was because I actually have one.
Ooh.
Let me whoops. Let me find out how to computer. So I actually have a Tokyo 60 here. Pretty basic. This is just like the all black version, aluminum bottom, the integrated top plate. Pretty cool stuff. I will be doing a build with this in the very near future. Just gotta get some switches in for it.
Yes.
Figure out what I want to do with it. So that should be pretty cool. Then I'll let everyone know how the Tokyo 60 is. I almost said M60.
Rip.
I still have M60 on the brain because like I really want that board too. But yes, I will let everyone know how the Tokyo 60 is. It'll be a fun time. We'll do a little build stream. Maybe have a couple drinks. Maybe I'll drink like Japanese beer and like sake instead of my much more American ritual of like IPAs and bourbon. So that should be pretty cool. He does not have public information on when the Tokyo 60 will be launching, but there is a launch date. I'm not allowed to tell anyone.
Oh, we're not allowed to? Okay.
But yeah, I'm not allowed to tell anyone. But maybe it's coming soon.
Maybe.
Perhaps it's coming soon. Anyways, what's also coming soon, I think. Actually, I don't. It says it's coming soon, but we obviously don't know when. This little sweet little teaser by Alf, a Chinese designer. I think he's Chinese. Pretty sure he's Chinese. He's pretty big in the Chinese community, at least. So not too long ago, Zfrontier sent us a review sample of the Alf X3, which Chewie has probably within reach. Pretty awesome board, honestly. And it has a lot of unique features. And this is the Alf X3. So this is the follow-up to the Alf X2. Has a little bit different of a look. It's like a 65% with an extra column on the extra 2 columns on the far left side. That's your artisan holder, right?
78 key.
Yeah. So a little bit bigger than a 60%.
I like that side profile because you see a brass weight that looks like it might be going across the bottom.
Yeah. Very cool. I dig like the simple retro design. It's got like all these like lines and angles everywhere, and those like really unnecessarily large indicator lights. Love that. So absolutely love that.
One thing I'm a bit curious. You see the divider between the artisan holder section and the main section. Do you think that's like the CA66 where that whole strip is RGs and Bs? That's what I think.
Interesting thought. It could be. I don't really know what else that would be there for. So maybe?
That's what I think.
Huh. Yeah, that could be cool.
I'll find out. I'll find out for you guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping this comes to our partners at Zfrontier. This could be pretty cool. I'd like to see this go up. I thought the Alf X2 was priced pretty well.
Yeah, actually.
So I would hope that this would also be priced pretty well. And hopefully we'll have more info about that in the near future. What do you guys think about this board? It's pretty weird aesthetic. But I'm wondering like if the general populace tends to like this.
It's definitely out there. I mean, the Alf X2 was out there.
Alf X2's a little out there.
So I think Alf is definitely going for the out there look, his own little niche, with the Alfs, but yeah.
Flux Capacitor says neat. Camel Leopard says I'm into it. All right, so people are kind of liking this design, I guess, huh? Nobody's hating it. I dig it. Definitely look forward to getting more information about that.
Speaking of some more, wait, is this from last week? Why are we putting this? Why is this on the news doc?
What, Mars?
Yeah. Oops.
I don't think we talked about it last week.
Did we not talk about it? What's new about it? Oh, the group I started. That's what it was.
Oh.
I mean, because the post is dated 25th, which would have been last week's news.
I honestly cannot remember if we talked about the Mars 8 last week.
I don't. Did.
I feel like we didn't. Huh.
Well, here's
anyways,
the Mars 8. Let's talk about it.
we're gonna go over it briefly, just in case we didn't, because I really don't think we did.
We did. Olivia says we did.
Really?
Recupero doesn't think we did.
Was I like? I don't think I was drunk during the show last week.
Apocalypse said we did. Kemba said we might have.
Okay. Well, I guess we won't talk about it then. There's the link to the Mars 8, if nothing else. Actually, I don't even think I posted it yet. Well, yeah. There you go. There's the link, just in case we did talk about it. Overview. I think it looks really cool.
Yes.
I want one. Price is $280 for the all aluminum kit. Then there's some, brass accessory add-ons for a little bit more. Pretty interesting. Shipping, pretty normal. Asian countries is $40. Anywhere else is $50. And there's also the 4.4% PayPal fee. Group buy ends on February 10th, so it's only 2 days from now. Expected shipping date before mid-April. Yeah, it's probably pretty generous there.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can you can check out the renders there and place your order in that little thread as well. So if you're into that, be into that.
I know what you should be into though. This A65 is pretty interesting from KP Republic. It is a 65% keyboard. We talked about the interest check. I remember we talked about how funny that Ace thing was.
Oh my god, that's so silly, dude. So silly.
Like,
I'm sorry, but that is ridiculous. The board looks really cool though.
Just don't turn that part on.
I would not. I would turn it on for like a minute and like take a picture, then I would just turn it off and never turn it back on again.
Probably. If I had it to review, I would put it on the review to make fun of it. TBH.
It's pretty cheesy. But the board itself actually looks okay. Price seems a little on the high side, $340+ depending on MOQ.
Well, it drops by a whole $8 if you get to that 50 MOQ.
Will this sell enough units?
No.
I don't think so either. I don't know, man.
We'll see. Maybe they can work some magic with the price.
Yeah. I think the board itself looks fine. Is it worth the price?
Nah.
It does come with the PCB.
I would rather pay the extra money for an M65 Extra or a Zephyr, or when the Baller 60% is coming out soon. Like, it's...
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out soon. It's hard to compete right now. And this just doesn't stand out to me as something like really, really insane, you know? It looks cool. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
know what also looks really cool?
What?
The Zephyr that our awesome partner Zeal is running. We covered it last week when he did some teasers.
Before the group buy actually started.
Yeah, but now it's real. Started. Like it's real. Dude, that blue is so rich.
Yeah, that's a very rich. Well, he calls it midnight blue, at least. So
yeah,
it's obviously a very, very dark thing. I like the cool gray. Anyways, yeah, so we did talk about this last week, so we're not going to go over too much about it right now. But some notable things. It is obviously Zeal's first 65% keyboard. It's a lot of metal. It's a very thick, very heavy case. It has a 5mm PVD-coated brass plate, which is freaking epic. And it's actually designed in such a way to where switches actually clip into it, which to me is like really, really interesting. Because usually when you have materials that are greater than like 1.5 millimeters, which is typically what you see for Cherry MX style format plates, you can't clip switches into anything larger than that. They just won't stay because they don't have anything to clip onto because it's just the material is just too thick. So Zeal actually found a solution here and made cuts in the plate to allow for it to clip in. but you still get that sweet 5mm goodness. You know, I don't mind. I'm not gonna make that joke on stream. um, yeah, so pretty awesome. I think I heard him say somewhere that the plate alone weighs 1.5 pounds.
Yeah,
that's a beefy plate, man. That is freaking nuts. So the total kit before the PCB says 2 kilograms, which is like 4.4 pounds. I think that's without the plate too, honestly, but I could be wrong. Either way, pretty cool looking board. It's not cheap. $550 is not necessarily a cheap price, but you get a lot for your money at least. It's a pretty epic looking case. A lot of metal.
You get USB-C.
A new plate design. You get USB-C. You get it does come with a very nice PCB, the Zeal 65, which is going to have that SMD RGB goodness, just like his Zeal 60 has. Pretty awesome stuff there.
So I'm not gonna lie, for me, like this is one of my favorite examples of like a true dedication to being a keyboard enthusiast. ANSI win keyless only.
Yeah, Zeal doesn't mess around.
That is like he knows what he wants, and he's going to get what he wants without compromising. There's no Swiss cheese on the PCB. There's no giant areas for the bottom row for different layouts on the plate. No. This is his layout, and this is what it's going to be. I absolutely love that fact. Like,
yeah, same. And he did choose the best route here too. So your bottom row is going to be 1.5, 1.5, 7, 1.5. 1.5 than your arrow keys or whatever, because 65%. But really awesome there. I really dig that. So group buy is open right now.
You know what I dig?
Go ahead, hop in on that.
I also dig that Zeal accepts PayPal credit.
Ooh, nice too.
Actually, most everyone does. I've only counted like 2 people who haven't.
One thing I really like that I think a lot of people kind of overlooked is that for the PVD brass plate and weight, you can actually get it in silver, which I think for whatever reason, silver brass just sounds so elegant to me, and I want that on like all of my keyboards. Yeah, good stuff.
Custom bump-ons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have to because he has those custom cutouts on the bottom.
Gold, black. I think on a blue, dude. Like I don't know what I'd put with that.
It's really cool.
I don't know what I'd put with it. But that blue is just so beautiful, out of my mind. Like it's crazy. I can't get the blue out of my head. But like,
I'd probably go with the cool gray because I'm a bit more boring. I'm actually a little surprised he doesn't have like a brighter silver option.
I might just go with the black because I'm also boring.
Hey man,
black and gold, true Asian styling. Actually, be red and brass for the true Asian, but I'm not a red kind of guy, so it's gonna get a nah dog from me.
Fair enough.
Okay, but what else do we have?
Cool stuff. So yeah, hop on that group buy if that's your cup of tea.
So on the flip side of $500, 60% though.
Well, not so far off.
Yeah, so I'm at the Keyclack store. You guys will see on stream, but they have some M65 extra pieces and bits, all separate items.
Yes. So this is really interesting. It's not available to buy right now, but the page is up there, and all the prices are laid out. So that's kind of why we wanted to talk about it. I think they go live tomorrow, so you'll be able to buy them tomorrow. He does have both A stock and B stock of some parts in, and I think all the quantities are actually listed too for everything. So that's kind of cool. So a couple things to note here is
Brian's already live, by the way.
Oh, is it? It was supposed to go live on Friday.
Nah.
Oh, okay. I guess he launched early. Anyways, good thing we're talking about it. Couple things to note here. A stock and B stock, but check out the prices. So if you recall in the group buy, if you joined the group buy, you paid $250 for the full kit that had a boot mapper client capable PCB, a nylon bottom, and the brass weight and an aluminum plate. That was a $250 price point. I think I paid a little bit more to get the brass plate or something, so it was like 280 or 270. But yeah, so $250 got you the full kit with a nylon bottom. And presumably that would be A stock. I was crunching a little bit of numbers earlier, and to get a full B stock setup here costs $405. A full B stock setup, not A stock.
Oof.
So there's definitely what I'm going to call a pretty heavy markup compared to the group buy itself. And you know, we're no strangers to seeing products marked up after group buy once they stock. So I mean, it's not totally out of the question. It was obviously going to be more expensive. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't think it was going to be this much more expensive.
Yeah.
You know, your A stock kits are upwards of 500 at this point. B stock kits over 400 before shipping and stuff. So it's cool that they're there and people can get them if they want, most definitely. And I do like J-Chan. I do support him and Keyclack and stuff. And I think part of the reason for this pricing is the group buy wasn't the most successful thing ever. Not in terms of how many like they sold. They sold a lot, but the group buy kind of went to hell once he had to start shipping stuff because he's just one person and he had so many things to coordinate and ship at the same time, and it like really overwhelmed him. And he kind of had to take a step back from the community for like a little bit, and people were just like freaking out on him. So I think this entire M65 group buy has been more or less an absolute nightmare for him, especially because he has, you know, real life issues going on as well. So that's probably why he probably just wants to, you know,
even for both the B and A stock pricing, like I'd get a Zephyr.
I would probably buy the Zephyr. Well, I could say because I already have an M65, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if I didn't have my M65, which I do have one, if I didn't have one, but I wanted a premium 65% keyboard, 65 keyboard, for the prices they're going, even looking at, you know, M65 pricing, which is about the same as what a Zephyr's going for as a group buy price.
For the 8 stock ones, yeah.
I have to choose a Zephyr over M65. I mean, if I didn't already have, I mean, I'm probably gonna end up getting a Zephyr anyways, TBH.
Yeah,
but
understandable. But you know, it's there. It's there. You got to buy all the components kind of like separately, which is kind of strange. But I guess it kind of makes sense because you can mix and match what you want.
No, Brian, actually, you totally want a rose gold top with a silver bottom.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. I think someone was talking about getting like a hydro top with a black bottom, and I was like, that actually makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
That makes sense.
TBH.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are stocks of products left still. So
you know what makes a lot of sense to me, though, Brian?
What's up?
Brass. It's material we all know and love. You know what makes even more sense? We've seen brass weights. We've seen brass plates. But you know what? I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready for a brass board. Coming at you by Doyu Studios. The Chewie 60. Chewie is actually also the name of my cousin.
Really?
Can you imagine?
Oh.
Huey, Dewey, Chewie, Louie.
Wow, that'd be hilarious.
And the bad cousin
post
Pooey.
some more direct links as well. So I saw this earlier. Pretty darn interesting. It is an all brass housing, although I do believe the bottom plate is polycarbonate. Yeah, okay, here we go. PC bottom plate with sandblast. Is that polycarbonate? Is PC polycarbonate? Yes. Is that what people say?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, the guy that runs this is Doyo Studios. He's Chinese, and his written English is definitely fine, but there are parts here and there where it can be a little hard to understand because he's not the most fluent in English. So some of it's kind of funny. Actually, I absolutely love the details on this page.
Yes.
If you look at like towards the end where the frequently asked questions are, one of the questions is, "Will we run away with your money?" And he says, "Maybe," which made me chuckle. Obviously, he's probably not going to do that. He's been around in the community for a long time. He's had storefronts for a long time, so I imagine you're safe here. But it's just kind of funny that he said. Absolutely love it. All right, so the kit will get you the body, which I'm assuming is just like the main housing, the mounting plate, switch plate, the bottom plate, a nameplate. I actually don't even see where the nameplate would go.
The weight on the back. If you look at the main picture, you can kind of see it behind it. I'm guessing that's what it would be.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that. In China, they often call weights like nameplates or something like that if there's a design on them.
They usually have the name of the keyboard on them, so it kind of makes sense. Name of the keyboard, so nameplate.
Yeah. So then you also get obviously your hardware and your feet, and this is the most interesting part. You get a pair of gloves in your kit. So I'm assuming that's to combat all the fingerprinting on the the brass, which I thought was just freaking hilarious.
Yes, please. And I don't know what the user manual. Actually, I'm really confused what the user manual entails.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I'd be very interested. Like, do you read the manual while wearing the gloves too? I need more keyboard kits that come with gloves. I'm gonna be totally honest.
So it's a PVD gold brass finish, 1.5 mil thick plates, 7 degrees, high profile case.
Yep. It is also very worth noting that if you like this design, but maybe you're not high class enough for all that brass, there is an aluminum version for $100 less. So should be exact same kit, just in aluminum instead of brass for, 40% less money, which is a pretty big decrease in cost. Further details, estimated time, the order ends February 18th, so make sure you get in there before you wreck yourself. Should you check yourself?
So, Brian, would you get the ANSI version or the HHKB with the 6U space version?
ANSI, probably. I don't know. That's tough. 6U space doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either. I don't have any stabs for a 6U space. Mike doesn't sell any stabs or 6U space.
Yeah, I'd probably just get the universal ANSI. Well, actually, this kit comes with a 6U wire.
It does, though. Yes, you can get the stabilizer pack for $6 additional. Genuine GMK.
That is good. Good on you for including that 6U wire, because those are tough to find, man. Good job.
No, it's also a good job.
Awesome stuff. What's up?
Custom 100% keyboards. I know 100% keyboards, full-size keyboards, aren't the most popular thing in the enthusiast community, but it's always interesting to see people, bring them up, because a lot of people like having custom keyboards, but a lot of people do need to use full-size keyboards in their day-to-day life. So this is the Equalz Mountain, a 100% custom keyboard from C Cubed.
This keyboard is insane.
Look at that bottom,
This is look at the LED screen.
Yeah, there's an LED screen.
It's freaking nuts. There's 2 USB ports.
Look at that screen. I know LED is OLED, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's OLED.
There's SMD LEDs, presumably RGB, based on what I'm kind of seeing here. This is a really, really interesting keyboard. Price, I'm gonna skip right to the price because we got another price. Price is $550 plus PayPal fee plus shipping. So we're on par with the Zephyr here.
It's still sick. It's a really sick board.
It's a really sick board. You got that win keyless bottom row even. Oh my god, with the blockers. This actually, if I used full-size keyboards, I would be all in on this. I freaking love the way this looks. Especially look at that bottom, man. That is... Chad, what do you guys think about this? Honest opinions, how does this board look to you? 'Cause I think it's freaking awesome.
Hata said the LEDs in the video were kind of meh and it made him sad.
Oh, there's a video?
That was a video that was posted a while ago on another post somewhere else, where you actually see the LEDs. You saw the screen as well.
Oh, well, I mean, just the fact that it has an LED screen, I think is just really cool. I don't even know what I'd use that for, but it's so freaking sweet.
The bottom.
Yep. So this is an interest check, but these aren't even renders. Like, these are real.
No, these are real. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure these are real. Yeah. So maybe he already has interest check up, prototypes in his hand. I love seeing that, by the way. Start an interest check, like, if you already have a prototype, that is great. I know it doesn't always make the most sense, but when people do that, I love that. Like, it's so much more professional. Wow, even Pudsey likes this board. Look at that. Like, he doesn't like anything. Like, how could you go wrong?
Oh,
so,
man.
This post actually getting a lot of interest also.
So, Brian,
it was posted yesterday and it's already on page 2.
You know there's an option for a titanium case.
Is there?
I'm pretty sure it's titanium colored, but there's titanium screws. 3M rubber mat is included, which I'm guessing are bump on feet. Titanium screws, though? Yes, because stripping screws is a pain.
Yep. Indeed. This board is so cool, man.
Yeah.
I really want one of these, but I know I'll
never use it because you can't do much on your desk with it.
I would use it. I just wouldn't use it while playing video games.
Or you could get on that baller life and get a trackball.
I could. Or I could not have my PayPal credit max out so I could actually afford this. Feels debt, man. Anyways, we spent enough time talking about this, but it is a very awesome board. Hopefully that goes really well. Can't wait to see people actually getting those. See if I can swindle one from someone. Speaking of boards coming out, as usual, there is a new one going up on Kono.store, our partners over at Input Club. They are launching the Z70 Pro for pre-order. It's a 65%. So a while back, people might know the Z70 was already a thing. This is kind of like a round 2, but it's got a lot of changes as well. So I actually got a chance to review the Z70 round 1 when it came up on Massdrop, I don't know, a year ago, maybe even up to 2 years at this point. But yeah, one of the things about it was it had like an HHKB layout. It had split backspace, your split right shift, and it had split spacebar, which was kind of what set it apart from a lot of other things at the time. So this is a bit different of a version. The old version had cherry profile laser etched keycaps. This one has mix profile PBT laser etched caps. So a couple differences there. And also this one is per key RGB, whereas the older version only had white LEDs. So pretty interesting. I wasn't terribly impressed with the previous version. I thought it was a neat board for a lot of neat reasons, but it wasn't amazing. But it was like $150, which was relatively cheap. And this one, $180, actually seems like a pretty good value. I mean, you get the full board, you get the caps. It is USB-C, if I'm not mistaken. It's got that far left side mount USB-C, which is I think even in my review, I slammed that because I really didn't like the location of that for a keyboard personally.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And if you're curious about those keycaps, I've done a review on mixed keycaps.
Yeah. TLDR, you like them more than SA and DSA, if I recall.
Yes, I do like them more than DSA and SA.
Not that that's saying much, because you don't really care for either of those profiles to begin with, but it's still saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you got some options here, switches and layouts and stuff. There is a split spacebar option on this one, which is neat. The other one, the round 1, forced you to have split spacebar. There was no full-size spacebar option, so I'm glad that they're actually giving people the choice.
I'm a bit bummed there's no option for Hako switches, TBH.
Yeah, I could see that. But also, I think the reason for that might be because this is a group buy through Kono.
Yes.
Not by Kono.
Yes.
Which is also why we probably don't see any Kale switches at all. It's just, a couple Cherry switches and a couple Gateron switches. Judging by the look of this, just like in the round one, there won't be a kit version. Like it'll be a full board. So like you can't choose no switches and just put it together yourself. You get the full board.
Hey Brian, do you recall another keyboard that had MX Cherry MX Black RGBs?
Cherry MX Black RGBs? No.
Well, this has it.
I feel like you were going something.
No, I was just legitimately curious because, like, Corsair used to have the MX Blue RGBs, which this has the brown and reds. But then I saw they have an option for Cherry MX Black RGBs, and they got the cog spinning. I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
That's
just saying, just putting that out there. Maybe they improved their housings. I doubt it. But
all right. Anyways, you can pre-order this now. It's expected to ship May 31st, which seems probably about right. It's about a little over 3 months away, or a little over. Wait, I can math. Yes, it's over 3 months away. So just like the last one, this is designed by Percent Studios 0.01, and yeah. Group buy will last for 30 days, so it'll still go on for a little while if you want to take some time to think about that.
So moving on to our other news section. Krelbit of SwitchMod did an interesting review on the Aliaz switches. I highly recommend you read his review if you get a chance. He has a very, very interesting outlook when he does reviews on switches, especially as someone who is really well known in the community for lubing and being a big fan of lubing switches. He comes into the review with that direction. So keep that in mind, especially if you consider being a big fan of lubing switches. Just check it out. There's no point in me summarizing. It's not a long read.
Yeah, no.
Read it when you get a chance.
He's pretty informative too, and he does a lot of comparisons and experiments. So he's pretty thorough with his stuff, whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. The TLDR was, he says, they're silent Gateron Browns in a Zeal-like housing. If you're after tactility, buy Xylence. If you're after the housing, buy Zelios and sell the stems. These are personally not worth it, in my opinion. So that is what he has to say. I also have Aliaz switches, and I feel similar, although maybe not quite as harsh as Krelbit. I think they are more tactile than Gateron Browns, not as much as Zelios. I think they're smoother than Silent Gateron Browns. So I would definitely buy them over Silent Gateron Browns. But I mean, he's right though. If you're only looking for raw tactility, then this is not the switch for you.
And if you're looking for another option for quietness, but you're living that rubber dome life, then the Topre silencing rings on Keyclack might be the best option for you. They go on sale. They go on restock in 1 day, 15 hours, 6 minutes, and 9 seconds, counting down. 120 per bag, $20, $20 a pop. Yeah, good price. Hopefully they're really good. They have little flanges in the side, so unlike many people have been complaining about the KBD fans ones are really thin, and they kind of can, if you don't seat them properly, they'll ride up the stem and be ruined. Not be ruined, but you have to reseat it yourself, which involves taking apart your whole entire Topre board.
Yeah, these are definitely a bit fancier. But there's actually kind of a design theory here, as opposed to just being a ring like all the other ones are. I love the little blurbs that J-Chan does, because like they're always pretty funny. So he says, relive the thought. Do your BKE Redux domes just feel amazing? Do they make you regret ever trying tactile MX, but do you suffer from that obnoxious upstroke sound? Well, these Topre silencing rings are just for you. So $20 gets you 120. Pretty reasonable price. They are made of silicone. They're made of silicone, which is kind of interesting as well. So pretty good price. I kind of wish there were like more options in terms of how many you get. Like, because if I buy 120 pieces per bag, and I just use it on my HHKB, I don't even have enough left over to silence another HHKB. So like, I wish they were kind of more in line with how he did his domes, where there's like a 70, a 90, and 110.
Yeah.
or something like that. I understand that's logistically a little bit more complicated, but I think it makes for kind of a more clean sale, in my personal opinion. But I'm splitting hairs here, you know.
But I mean, even for at least it's only $100. It's only $20. So.
Yeah, it's not like it's expensive, but just fuming some thoughts.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Keyclack becoming Dome Depot, says 2Cas. Dome Depot. That's actually pretty clever. All right, Huey.
Oh,
let's talk a little bit about why Top Clack is awesome and how we're able to do a lot of the things that we're able to do.
Can do.
Huey can do.
So, Top Clack, one of the reasons Top Clack is awesome is because we have awesome partners who help us do awesome things. When awesome people can get together, great partnerships can happen, like the one we have with Input Club, who runs Kano.store, who have invented Hako switches. They're running a lot of things like that Z70 group buy that just began today, and their GMK camping group buy will be ending tomorrow. So check that out if you haven't got GMK camping yet, because GMK camping is pretty legit. Legit.
I would argue it's the best green cherry profile set, in my opinion.
Maybe.
I like it a lot more than Coniferous. Maybe.
I like it more than Coniferous as well. It's fair.
Yep. And of course, we have Zfrontier, the beast in the east. They got a lot of things going on as always. They have tons and tons of
They wanted us to show something off.
Yes, they did want us to show some things off. I can kind of do that.
I can do that.
Mine is still in pieces.
So is mine.
And I believe yours is as well, because we have not built them yet. But we will be building them in the near future.
What am I showing off?
All right, so Huey will be showing off the COD 67. It's going to be the second round of this group buy. We'll be running through Zfrontier. A very interesting... Actually, I feel stupid for not having the link. Let me go find that. I apologize, guys. But it's a very interesting 60%. I guess it's still 60% of that, right? Here we are.
Can you guys read this, or is it backwards? I feel like it's backwards.
So there's the link for the Keycap thread. I think this is for the updated round 2. Yeah, here we go. Just updated today even. Very nice. So Air Potter is the OP of this thread. I assume he's probably also the designer. This group buy is going to be run through Zfrontier, which is why we're talking about it now. It is a really, really neat board with a lot of very interesting features. I've been learning that, I feel like that's kind of like a thing in the Chinese mechanical keyboard community. Like in the West, we design a lot more plain and boring boards, which isn't necessarily bad because obviously I like that. But the Chinese have a lot of more interesting design chances, I guess. They take a lot more chances, things like the Alf 2, the Alf X3. Now this COD 67. They are all very different looking, most Western design boards. And I really dig it. It's a breath of fresh air. So we got some of these COD 67s. He's got a fancy box. I wasn't cool enough to get the fancy box, but I do have the micro arc oxidation top and bottom, and then this black accent. I'm gonna call it an accent. It's not a weight.
It's an accent.
Everything's aluminum, so it's not actually adding weight, because there otherwise would just be more aluminum there. But it is a very neat looking kind of accent. And of course, we got the PCB. I think is actually kind of interesting. Not only is it center mount, it is USB-C.
USB-C is the future.
Yeah, so, this obviously becoming more of a thing. People are really into this. I know a lot of people have been, all about it. RGB underglow too, by the way.
So for those who are wondering, Brian and I also have two different builds. I have the 2.25U left shift, aka best left shift, and Brian has the 2U left shift, aka inferior left shift.
Yeah, but I'll adjust. They only had so many parts to work with, so we weren't necessarily able to get the exact 100% combination that we might have wanted, but that's totally fine. They're still awesome for sending us review samples of this, and we'll definitely be doing a dual build stream coming to a Top Clack near you. That'll be really good stuff. Also, they have a new update from a board that we talked about pretty recently, the FR87 by Elemento. I really wish the board was called Elemento because I just love saying that.
Yes, I wish that very much as well.
Yeah, so they have a lot of new renders up. Really, really beautiful stuff. If you guys don't remember, this is the pretty unique looking TKL, the FR87. And it has a half
plate. Yes.
So living that aluminum half plate life, very classic. I know Huey's really into half plates. I would love to check one of these out as well. I've actually never used a half plate. Still to this day. Yeah, crazy, right? Anyways, this is also it's also Bluetooth, which is pretty gosh darn neat. And I love the way, if you scroll down in the renders, I like the way the batteries go in here.
And that on-off button.
At the bottom. Yeah, like that is just freaking awesome. And then it has that little cover on it.
I like how you get that wood cover option. And that wood metal cover, even though it's probably, like fake wood, but still. That's...
Yeah. The wood doesn't do it for me. I think I would just go with like the first picture, where it's just like an aluminum one or whatever.
I might go with the second one, where it has that, at least that little etching of the triangles.
Oh yeah, okay, I can dig that. Because
that kind of goes with the corners, those front corners.
Hell yeah.
Hell.
Anyways, I don't think this has started already, but it should be starting very, very soon. They are hoping to launch the group buy during Chinese New Year, so like within the next month or whatever.
Next week. Chinese New Year is next week.
Yeah, but doesn't it last for a while?
Oh, well, if the official holiday lasts for a week and a half to 2 weeks, their factories get a month off because it's the only time they get off.
Yeah. Gotcha. So pretty cool stuff. I wonder, is there actually a full plate option? Like can you only get half plate?
Yeah, plate, aluminum, half plate, ISO support, switch shop removal. Oh wait, no, there's a PVD brass plate and full plate confirmed. Is there a brass half plate? That's what I want.
That would be interesting. Either way, cool. They're giving you the option just in case you're too afraid to use a half plate or something. So you will have that option. Pretty cool stuff.
Updates, got some dip switches. They also have per key SMD RGB LEDs. You can do control cap swapping with the dip switch, locking your Win key, swapping the Win Alt key for OS X users, and disabling the lights. So you have the standard 87, but you want to do some really small changes like that. You got the dip switches on the back. Nice and easy, lemon squeezy.
Which is kind of interesting, actually, because it begs the question, is the PCB just not programmable then? So something to think about. At the very least, they are giving you the dip switches so you can mix a few things around and, maybe just keep a more standard layout. But pretty cool stuff either way. You got that Bluetooth in there. Those RG keys, R's, G's, and B's, USB-C, all that good stuff. Very cool board. Definitely looking forward to this group buy starting. All right, tell me a little bit about Novelkeys.
Yeah, Novelkeys Novelkey is, because it's a singular, him. He is a really awesome person, Mike, who runs Novelkeys, and Novelkeys is an awesome shop where you can get a plethora of switches, lots of Kale switches, some Otomu switches. We got some awesome box navies that you guys might have seen in my build stream recently, where I may have failed to build a plank, but I successfully rebuilt my M65 with some wonderful navies. Like, navies.
That sounds like a Top Clack keyboard chores stream. Like, you fail at something, so you have to do something else.
Hell yeah.
That's totally Top Clack, man. That's like the epitome of Top Clack.
It's like the second 40% in the row that I've tried to build it blind on stream, and I've had a plate issue. If those of you might remember, a long time ago, I built an XT40, and the first plate I got had a similar but different issue where the spacing was different. For this one, I had a issue of the size of the switch insert. But back to Novelkeys, so awesome. Yeah, they got some awesome switches. Box switches are really cool. Especially recommend those navies, or if you want a lighter touch, those jades. Awesome group buy for mouse pads. I know, Brian, you've been really digging that Godspeed one you got.
Actually, yeah.
Can you show that off? Can you show the people? Yeah. He's working on a lot of really cool mouse pads, desk pads.
It's gonna be so hard to
match your key set, which is amazing. Note, if you want to join any of those group buys, do not combine them in your cart with other items. That makes Mike mad, and you don't want a mad Mike.
Yeah, you want a Mad Max, not a Mad Mike.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, yeah, absolutely monstrous desk mat. These are freaking enormous. I'll actually be throwing that back on my desk here very soon. Come on, camera, don't do this to me. Come on. All right.
There you go, you're good.
Fantastic.
So check Novelkeys out. They also have a ton of awesome stabilizers and screw-in stabilizers, which are the bee's knees, unless you have electrical pads that get in the way and can possibly ruin your PCB. Cough.
Hey, whoa. You can fix that with electrical tape.
It's fine. Yeah. No, I'm referring to someone else in our Discord whose PCB actually died because of that.
Really?
And started smoking. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Rip.
Okay.
But
interesting.
Speaking of things that aren't dead and are alive and brimming with life, tell us about Zeal PC, Brian. Our brand new sponsor, the newest sponsor and partner to the Top Clack family.
That's right. So today is the official day we welcome Zeal PC, awesome member of the community, into the Top Clack family, as he has been wanting to sponsor us. And yeah, it's awesome. We talked a little bit about that at the beginning, but now we can get a little bit more into detail. He approached us and was like, "Hey, I like you guys," and I was like, "Hey, I like you too." And then we can't talk about what happened afterwards because the stream needs to stay PG. But in any case, Zeal, awesome guy. You probably know who he is, so we don't really talk too much about it. Zeal obviously is the proprietor of Zealios, probably the most popular tactile switch on the market today. That was kind of his major claim to fame, but he does do other things as well. Obviously, he's got the Zeal 60 PCB that has the SMD RGB. He's got those transparent stabs with all the gold bling all over it. Those are actually really good. And of course, we talked a little about it earlier, but he's doing the Zephyr group buy right now, which you can get in on, and that'll be good stuff because it's got a lot of really unique features, despite the higher price point.
I'm really looking forward to receiving my Xylants. I ordered some Xylants. Hopefully they will come soon because I want to put them in my COD 67 because I think that would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Most definitely. Also, of course, he's got Telios, which are
my goodness.
one of my three favorite switches right now. Telios have been absolutely amazing in my M65. Loving them. I'm going to be getting more actually pretty soon. I think I'm gonna put them in the Tokyo 60.
Telios will ruin other linear switches for you if you haven't tried them out yet. Like, for me, Box Blacks are like they still are a great budget linear, but like when you try Telios and realize their accessibility, it's kind of like, yeah, sorry Box Blacks. You're great for your price point, but I'm kind of a baller.
Telios just straight up feel better.
Yeah.
So there is that. So thank you very much to Zeal for helping us out, joining the Top Clack party. And we look forward to more things with Zeal. Maybe some kind of collaboration in the future. Who knows? I'm Mr. BC. Look at me. Anyways,
not only do our sponsors make it possible, but all of you do as well, who subscribe, donate, and we love you guys. Or even if you're just a casual watcher, you're awesome.
Yeah, any kind of support, we appreciate, regardless, and we're very thankful for that.
Let's do some discussion points. I have things I want to talk about.
Points?
I can make things up on the fly.
Well, we're gonna do a little bit of discussing briefly, and then we're gonna move into a Q&A. And then we will wrap up the show since we do not have a guest this week. Probably will next week, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we will. So so no guest today, but we'll just move into a little bit of discussion and integrate you guys into this, and we'll head over to a quick Q&A.
I'm going to have you entertain the chat for 2 minutes because I've been drinking a lot of tea, so be right back.
Totally fine. Gert Tractor asking, are Telios mainly just smoother, or is there some other factor? Smoother is definitely kind of what they excel in. They are pretty much butter, even without lube, honestly. Like, when I actually first put the stock Telios into my M65 and I used them stock for a while, if someone would have told me that they were lightly lubed with like a really nice thin mix or thin lube in general, I would have believed it. They are absolutely fantastically smooth, and I really love that. They are a bit more stable than some of the earlier rounds of like Zelios perhaps, or Cherry switches, or Gateron switches, which are really often pretty wobbly. Helios are a little bit more solid, a little bit more sturdy. So I like that a little bit more. And obviously you got the Tiffany blue stems. Like that's, come on, what more do you want? And it's got the 67 gram gold springs, and I really like that. That's like kind of my wheelhouse of weight choice. I like the 67 to like 72 gram. So for me, they're just fantastic. And even like with lube, they're great. Without lube, they're great. So it's a pretty awesome switch. I like switches like that because you don't need to lube them for them to be good. They can just be good. Who needs a guest when you have Brian? Oh, I know, right? I am a guest. And now we kind of have a guest.
I found us a guest.
Wow. All right, Giorgio. How do you feel about your upcoming group buy? Anyways, I was just addressing one of the Telios questions in the chat, but if you have some discussion points, Huey, let's hit those.
Yeah. I do have a discussion point that I'm not totally forming in my head right now. But
awesome.
So
typical top man. Out with it, Junior.
So, have you? Do you have the Xylence I sent you? You have the Xylence I sent you, right?
I have like the single like review samples of Xylence. Yes.
How do you feel? I mean, it's only one switch to one switch as opposed to a board to board. Those Xylence, the Aliaz, considering all the silencing options, Silencios, bleh rings.
Let me find these Zelios. I know they're around here somewhere. I want to feel stupid when I can't find them. I want to feel stupid anyways. I'm stupid. Well, I did feel them, and I definitely think they are better than Aliaz switches. It's a Zelio, but it's quieter.
So actually,
it's good. It's
so
really
continuing on that vein. So a lot of people in the community really love silencing switches, whether or not they need to.
Yeah,
does that appeal to you and to chat? Does silence appeal to you, or do you care about sound?
I personally don't care about sound. I like sound, which is why you'll pretty much never see me with like silenced Topre, because I like the way Topre sounds. I will probably be getting some of the J-Chan silencing rings just to try them out, but I never need the silence. I prefer to be a little bit more assertive and have that noise. So personally, I'm not into it, but it's kind of like a fad right now. It has been for a little while. People just love silencing. I don't know, man. Give me the sound.
I have a beam spring. People know. I like phone. What the heck was that?
It's not like you got like 1,000 Discord messages at once.
Yeah, it literally did actually. Literally, it says like there's 8 of them that say now. Pretty sure they didn't all happen at the same exact time, but my phone decided they would.
Awesome.
Yeah. So for me, so when I think of typing of mechanical switches, why I enjoy them, why I love mechanical keyboards, there's a few aspects. I love tactility. I love sound. I love the feel of keycaps. There's a lot of things, but if I have a silent switch, I feel like that's choosing to rob myself of one of the sensations of typing on a keyboard, as artsy fartsy as that explanation may sound. I feel like it's legitimately, I'm paying more to cheat myself out of an experience. And I know for a lot of people they would say silence itself is the experience. Not to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. How does chat feel? All about that clack. I don't want my coworkers to hate me.
Some people like the silencing thud of silence, because some are very, more of a soft thud sound.
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually a reasonable a reasonable approach. I mean, there is still sound. It's not like you're making it 100% quiet. That's not usually how it works. So maybe you just appreciate that sound a little bit more. To me, it sounds a little bit cheaper when things are like really quiet. I don't know. Just the type of quiet, I guess. No, like No Chance RBG says, sound matters. This isn't top blank. This is top clack. Nice. I like that. Does our guest like RGB?
Yeah, Giorgio is a big fan of the R's, G's, and B's. Oh, I mean, he can only see, so many colors, but he likes the change in them.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. All right, let's open it up to a little Q&A. How about that?
So I think someone asked earlier, favorite guest we've had so far.
Really?
Yeah, I did see that as a question. I promise. Someone did actually ask that.
Oh, you did? Okay. You weren't mistaking it for what's our guest's favorite key, right?
Yes, I think so.
Because I made that mistake. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, never mind.
No, I guess I think it was that question, but that's still a good question though. That I'm gonna ask ourselves. Lol, I can't read.
Okay, well before that, make sure when you ask the questions you do use the tag for TopClack at TopClack. That way we can see them a lot easier and address them a lot more streamlined. Because I would definitely appreciate that. So okay, favorite guest. Wow, I feel like that's a really bad question because we've had so many, and any one that we say is going to it's
okay. I'll give you.
I don't want to pick favorites, man. It's like
top 3 or top 5. I can do top 3 or 5, like right now. Right meow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I love all the guests that we have on. It's always fun. It's always a good time. We always learn something, and it's just the community expands so hard, and I love it. But I don't like. It's like picking your favorite kids.
That's easy.
For you, yeah. For us, because we don't have kids.
Yeah, this is my child.
I'll pick my favorite kid right now. All right. Let's come on. Guns to our head. Who's our top 3?
Ryan Norbauer, Hata, and who's a really good one? Hold on, let me check our YouTube channel, which if you haven't checked it out, you totally should at youtube.com/c/topclack. Someone said we should have Linus in the future. I don't think Linus we're worth his time.
I don't think Linus would even look at the email.
No, the person who checks the email wouldn't even forward it to Linus.
He would send that straight to spam or just delete it or whatever.
Top who?
Top who? Yeah. Maybe what we need to do is we need to email Luke instead of Linus, because Luke might check his email.
Luke would give the call out. Sorry, I work for what's that sister company? They're working on for the streaming stuff now. But this is King Nesty was really good. Mike was really good from Novelkeys.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's been a long time ago, I think Zeal is pretty decent. We should have him again on pretty soon.
We should have him again on. He's always just doing more things now, so it's always a good time to have Zeal on. Oh man, for me,
Jesse at Keyboardio was pretty good.
Oh my god, yeah. There's so many good ones. Now I'm regretting having it be just 3.
Do 5 then. I just did 5.
All right. I mean, I'll go with Norbauer and Hata. I think are definitely both top 5 material. I also like Alvin, Tokyo Coffee Nerd. He's just one of my favorites.
Ooh, that was a good episode. You're right.
And yeah, just having him on was fantastic. I really like that guy. Mike of Novelkeys, obviously he's super chill. We love him here. He supports us, and he's not just my favorite because of that, but he's definitely top 5 for me because he's just such a chill dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think those 4 definitely. Jesse at Keyboardia was also really good. Top 5 for me, I don't know. God, who else? Who else do we have on? Now I need to go to like the YouTube channel and look.
We've done 19 episodes since, including our 1-year anniversary from our reboot so far.
Wow.
Fun facts.
Yeah, King Nesty also really, really good. I also, I like for the Christmas special.
Christmas episode, that was a good one. Kubo was a good guest as well.
Yeah, I really liked the Christmas episode because I really like Don and Kevin. Like, they're both like freaking hilarious in their own ways, and I had a lot of fun on that episode. So I definitely those guys as well. That'll be mine. There we go. Payway is great. Says my favorite guest was Apolitary. Rip. That's awesome. All right, let's try to go back here and find some of these questions because there has been a few of them. Melodit is asking, could box blacks with one of the upcoming custom springs be better? Oh, better compete with Telios.
No.
Sorry.
You would change the weight, but no.
Yeah, see, it's not just the spring that's good about the Telios. I mean, it's so smooth and so luxurious. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's kind of just, right now, it's kind of just like the epitome of a good linear for me. Is it absolutely 100% perfect? I don't know. There might be, I mean, I'd probably make it a little bit more sturdy, kind of something more in the same vein as like the Otemu tops, which are like ridiculously sturdy. But once you make things too tight and like the tolerance is too good, you get more friction. So it's a give and take, and friction is, that's not very smooth necessarily. So it's a give and take. I think Zeal did a really good job with Telios though, and it's definitely one of my favorite switches to use. I can't. Why does Twitch highlight names like this? Sanapanis asks, how does the anode feel on the Tokyo 60? How much does it weigh? I will do that right now for you, because that's the kind of top clack we are.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my weight here. Turn that on. Give it a second. I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't weigh a lot. So your first part of the question, the anode, is it's pretty good. I mean, my fingerprints are all over it, so it looks pretty bad right now. But like the actual anodization quality looks pretty good. Note that this is a prototype. This isn't an actual production model from Massdrop, which, as far as I'm aware, we're getting one of those as well. So that'll be cool to kind of compare and see how far it's come. So this one was a little bit earlier of a prototype. There's going to be some very minor changes for the actual production model. So even if there is issues with this one, this isn't the final anyways. So regardless, it should still be very usable, and I'll be doing a build stream with it. The anode looks good to me. I'm not, a professional with metals or finishes, so I can't really comment too much, but to me it looks great. As for how much it weighs, do note that this is literally just the housing. Like there's no PCB, there's no switches, there's no weight or anything. It's just the top and bottom part of the housing, and it weighs 1 pound 2.5 ounces, or let me change the unit. Sorry, for our all of our better people that don't use freedom units. Was that 525 grams? Yeah. Okay. So, a little over half a kilogram for just the housing. Poblotsky asks, what key set that does exist in another profile do you want to exist for your favorite profile? GMK, probably.
Done. Give me this and GMK.
That'd be pretty sweet. right on. I actually don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Godspeed in GMK. I'd probably be down with that.
Give me D's in GMK.
True. AEK profile is already like pretty good though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Someone said lime in chat.
Lime would be good. Yeah, I think lime and Godspeed I think would be awesome in GMK. That guy is okay to me asks, if you had to use one switch for all of your builds, what would it be? Wow, that's
Holy
tough.
Pandas.
Holy Pandas or Telios. I think I'd be very okay with either of those. You know, Topre, maybe that's the easy way out as well, as Topre is always good. One and only Shempai says, Linus would be a great guest. I think it's doable, actually. And I don't know, man.
I'll send the email. I'll go that far.
How about this? We will try to get him on the show. How about that? Because that's all we're able to do. So we will absolutely see what happens. That guy is okay to me. He's asking a favorite Discord room. So obviously, I imagine room in the Topre Discord. I don't know. Probably food and drink.
Food and drink's pretty
lit. Pretty lit. Yeah. I mean, then again, just general, because you know, just people chilling and talking. It's good stuff. And the NSFW channel. Sometimes I really like the NSFW channel. Sometimes I don't. But yeah, then just like keyboard pictures and stuff. Like who doesn't like looking at keyboards or talking about keyboards? That's what we're all here for, anyways, right? You guys are literally watching a show about two guys talking about keyboards. You love it.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it. Would you recommend stickering Telios? Asks Pinky4341. Probably not.
No.
Every time I've ever stickered switches, it's had very, very, very little to no impact perceivably to me. So I don't think it's worth the effort. Oblotsky might argue that polycarbonate switch films, which are an alternative to stickers, might be a great option. Apparently those work quite a bit better. But you know, maybe I'll have to try that. Actually, I have some of the switch films. I should get some Telios and try that. I'm gonna do that. I think that's what's gonna go in the Tokyo 60. I'll lube that with a light coat of thin lube, some Telios, and I'll put the polycarbonate switch films on there because I haven't put them on anything else yet. So that'll be cool. See how that goes. Melodid is asking, which of the recent / upcoming Keycap profiles are you most excited about for MT3, Mix, Hub, etc.?
So, for those of you who may have not caught up on our YouTube channel, I actually do have a review out on the Mix profile keycap set. And for the MT3 profile keycap set, expect a review out on Sunday night or Monday or Tuesday.
Yep. So Huey's already done a review of the Mix Keycaps profile, which you can check out on our YouTube channel, link under the stream. MT3 profile review coming soon. Hub, hopefully we can get our hands on a full set of Hub. That'd be cool. I'm really interested in trying more of the sculpted DSA that I tried at the Seattle meetup. I thought that was pretty
DSS?
interesting. Yes, sorry, DSS, yeah, which is effectively a sculpted DSA. I actually kind of enjoyed that, and I wouldn't mind checking out a full set of that on a board that I actually like. It was on like a poker with like MX clears or something, so that didn't really feel very good. But the caps themselves actually felt pretty nice. Shempai is asking, what are some good light tactile switches? I always notice people recommend high weights, but I'm a light typist.
62 gram ergo clears. The 62 gram isn't a high weight because that refers to the bottom out. It's actually only slightly heavier than like an MX blue or brown, but the tactility is very, very nice.
Yep, so that's a pretty old classic standby. You might also check out 62 gram Zelios. I hope 62 gram isn't too heavy for you. 62 gram usually isn't too heavy for most people unless you have like a disability or something in your hands or wrists.
Or the 62 gram Otemu tactiles, another option.
Yep, those are pretty good value too.
Those three are really like the options to get for a good light tactile.
Yep. Zealios.
Zealios.
Because now Zeal is our sponsor, so we gotta
Xylence.
Get that word out. Do the Xylence come in 62 gram?
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All the same weights. With a new updated
cool.
spring to the 67 and 78. I ordered 78s, so I am pumped.
I'm typing on the new Round 8. Well, I mean Round 8's not new, but the updated 78 gram Zealios right now in the time TKL, and it's great. It's very tactile.
I have the updated 67s in my Tina, which I'll be reviewing eventually down the line as well.
Nice. Yeah, so we definitely like the new weights. I wonder if the 62 and or 65 gram Zealios will ever get the updated spring treatment.
I don't think they need it because I think they exist where they do for a good reason, being lighter weights.
Yeah, so typically the way switches work is the heavier it is, the less you perceive the tactility, and the lighter it is, the more you perceive the tactility. So 78 gram, if you took the more original 78 gram Zealio and you took a 62 gram Zealio and you typed on both of them side by side, the 62 gram Zealio would actually feel more tactile because there's less resistance from the spring, thus you feel the tactility more because there's less things impeding that. So you could very well be right. 62 and 65 gram might already be as tactile or tactile enough to kind of compete with those new 67 and 78 gram options. But it'd be kind of interesting to see, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But, yep, 62 gram Zealios, actually pretty good. I used to have a build with them. Loved them. All right. Flux Capacitor is asking, is vintage black all the hype? It's mostly hype. 9 out of 10 vintage blacks are overhyped.
When done right, they can be a really good switch.
Yeah, you kind of have to win the lottery in a lot of ways, though. Like you have to get like really smooth because they're not all smooth. Anyone that says vintage blacks like are all smooth is absolutely ridiculous because they're not. I've bought vintage blacks I don't know a dozen times, all from different sources. I've tried at least 50 plus vintage blackboards, both like old vintage, like from the board themselves and like in customs, lubed, unlubed, whatever. Like most of the time they're kind of overhyped. They're pretty overhyped. There have been a couple boards where I was like, wow, this is very nice. So if you win the lottery and you get like awesome switches, maybe with awesome springs, because there are different generations of vintage blacks that have different spring weights and stuff. If you just win that lottery, that jackpot, and you get awesome switches that are super smooth and have like a sweet spring, and you're an expert luber and like you're just in the zone that day when you're lubing, and like you do everything perfectly, then it can be very good.
Yep.
You gotta be in the zone though, like Kagami.
The zone.
Blazing Penguin 99X asks favorite lube / mixes. So we get this question a lot, and honestly, like even as someone that does like a fair amount of lubing, I don't really have like that great of an answer because I haven't tried more than maybe like 7 or 8 different things. But I still, even though blends are kind of controversial, I still like the thin mix that you can get from Zeal PC has it. He has a thin and a thick blend, if I'm not mistaken, so you can get a thin blend from there. Techkeys.us also stocks a thin blend that I've used that I like. I think Mechkey, like MEHKEE.com or whatever, I think he also stocks a thin mix, but it's a different configuration. The ones that I like are the Krytox 1506 and 206 blend, and I think Mechkey does something like a little bit different, like 104, 204 together or something like that. So I still like that. I don't really care that it's a blend. Like it seems to hold up on boards for quite a while. I'm still using like one that I lubed like a year or more ago with a blend, and it's still totally fine. And I'm okay with having to relube switches if I ever need to. It's not that big of a deal to me. But also Krelbit really likes the Krytox 106 oil. That's not a blend, so it's just a straight oil. That one's supposedly pretty good. I've tried 105. I think it's fine. Yeah. So I mean that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I tend to stay away from thicker blends or just thicker like greases because I don't really like the way it changes the way the switch feels. I want my switch to feel the same but just be smoother. And it takes thinner lubes and thinner oils and thinner blends to accomplish that. When you add thick lubes and greases, like they feel sluggish a little bit. Like you can feel the lube, but I don't really like that as much. I mean, you can still get them very smooth, arguably even more smooth, but I don't like the actual added resistance and feel that you get from using thick lube. Did you have anything to add to that, Huey?
Nope, that's perfect answer.
All right, Dead Encryption is asking, what is the best plate to use Holy Pandas on? I've only used them on steel.
Same. They're nice on steel.
They're fantastic because steel plates are fantastic. Gert Tractor is asking, wait, was my question too long or something? What question?
If we skip your question, ask again.
Yeah, make sure you tag us though, because I usually don't read any of the questions that aren't tagged, because I skip through the chat to find the ones that were tagged in. That one Oscar asking, have you guys thought about changing the tops on the Telios to remove the wobble? Yeah, so I did actually kind of address that. You can get like an Otemu top maybe. There isn't a lot of wobble on Telios though. Like
yeah,
there's a little bit as you'd expect from most MX switches, but it's not OG Gateron level wobble. Not even close. So it's a little bit more towards something like a Cherry MX Black or something in terms of wobbles. Like it's there, but it's not like insane. Oblatsky is asking bagels or sandwiches. That's a really weird comparison.
Depends on the bagel and depends on the sandwich.
Yeah, that's I mean, a sandwich like versus a bagel is it's kind of a weird comparison, right? Like, how do you? It's not like you're comparing one sandwich to another or one bagel to another. Like, I don't know. It's like, do you like apples or tacos? Huh. Anyways, Melodit asking, last question. I swear, Telios and Kale light pipe housings for that RGB, yay or nay?
Nah.
I mean, you'll probably sacrifice a little bit of the smoothness. So if that's something okay to you, then, maybe have at it. But if the RGB is that worth it, sure. Maybe at that point I would just buy different Kale switches, though. Instead of spending the money on both Kale switches with a light pipe and Telios. Because I'm still not really kind of sold on that whole mentality of buying two switches to make one. Obviously, we do that with the Holy Pandas. That's kind of my exception. But for other switches, I don't really like doing that because I usually can't afford to. So, it's not cost effective because then I, usually have these parts left over that I can't even do anything with. So I don't get any value out of that.
Yeah.
But, hey. You do you, boo-boo.
You do you, boo.
Mog Genius says, I think it's important for people to keep in mind that south-facing vintage blacks are the smoothest ones. Anything else, honestly, is not much better than retooled MX blacks. Okay, I actually didn't know that the orientation had anything to do with it. Interesting. But yeah, I tried the retooled MX blacks too. They're still not that great. They're better, but they're not that great. 2Cast says basically by Telios. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so much more effective than anything else right now. Junpai is asking, have either of us tried Clear Suns? So I imagine that's a B Sun housing with an MX Clear stem, I imagine.
Yep.
I have not.
I have. It's all right.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably not that great. The Beast Sun housings don't have the same tolerances as the Panda housings, even though they're from the same company or whatever. Because I try to make Holy Pandas with the Beast Sun housings too, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't nearly as good in my opinion. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Fax B asks, Huey, for your orange Alps, what lube, if any, did you use?
None. Mine were clean when I got them. So I kept them as is, and They're really nice, actually. They're actually consistent switch to switch without lube.
Nice.
I got lucky on my batch that I got. I will say that, though. Lucky.
Green Label says baguette over bagel over sandwich bread. Okay. That's fine.
It's a lot of carbs.
Yeah. Well,
wait. Oh, I was comparing. I thought you meant like a literal
sorry.
a literal dish. Both compare like with a literal baguette on top of a bagel on top of a sandwich. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some carbs.
Oh yeah, I am no stranger to carbohydrates. All right. I mean, that would be like you put. So you have like some kind of sandwich bread. You put a bagel on top of that, and then a baguette on that, and it's a sandwich. It's a bread sandwich. Andrew would argue that too. So Olivia is saying, please tell Merlin how wrong he is about clear-minded pandas. He already knows how wrong he is. He secretly likes holy pandas more. He just doesn't want to admit it, because when him and I first talked about it, he's like, nah, holy pandas is dumb. Like you gotta put MX clear stems in there. And I'm like, no, man. One of these days, I'm gonna show you the light. And then I showed him the light, and I'm pretty sure he likes holy pandas more now. He just doesn't want to say it because he doesn't want me to be right or him to be wrong. And that's fine. I mean, maybe he's a very proud guy. Anyways, that is the end of the question. You should probably take off now.
Yeah. But before we take off, feel free to check out our things. Join our Discord if you're not a part of our Discord yet. Come hang out with us. Say hi. Check out our YouTube channel. We do videos from every now and then. Build streams get uploaded there. VODs get uploaded there. When I do reviews, it gets uploaded there. When Brian starts doing reviews on video, it'll be uploaded there. We're going to have a lot of cool content on there. So keep that in mind. And, special thanks once again to all of our sponsors who help us. And thank you for everyone who subscribes, everyone who throws bits at us and supports us in any little bit of way. For example, Brian's new camera, that was all Top Clack money, which is awesome. Like,
feels good,
we can
man.
actually have production stuff.
Yes,
because of Top
production
Clack.
quality is like constantly going up for us, which is good,
And
because Top Clack needs it, man. We need it.
Oh man.
Anyways, oh wait, one more question. Shempai is saying, I don't have $5, but I have Amazon Prime account and I want to subscribe. What do you think I should do? Okay, so I'm gonna need you to navigate above the stream, probably to your right, and there is a subscribe button. I'm gonna need you to click that button.
Don't forget to link your Amazon Prime and Twitch accounts so you have.
Yeah, I'm actually
Prime.
not. I've never subscribed to a channel using Amazon Prime because I've never had Amazon Prime, so I don't actually know if it's the same way to do it. But I imagine it is. You just click on the subscribe button and it probably pretty easy.
Yay! We got the Hot Talk sub.
Yeah, look, Hot Talk can do it. Although Hot Talk can do everything. So. Thank you for the sub, my friend. We appreciate it. A couple more things before we sign off. Like he was mentioning, just the sponsors. I'm gonna put some websites for our sponsors in the chat, just in case you weren't aware of what they were before. So obviously we got zealpc.net, our newest sponsor. Make sure you go pick up some Telios from him, like we've been talking about all stream, because Telios are freaking baller. Then of course we have Novelkeys.xyz, home for lots of different switches, mostly like the KO1s, all the new ones that we've been loving and talking about.
Pick up some navies. Cursor TN, thank you so much. Canadian Kiwis, thank you so much as well. Do they have Kiwis? Oh wait. Oh, you mean an Australian in Canada, not the physical fruit, like Kiwi in Canada. Maybe that's what you're going. Are you a fruit Canadian, a kiwi, a green fruit that is in Canada, or are you an Australian? Oh no, sorry, not New Zealand. Sorry, you're probably offended now. A New Zealander. In Canada.
It would be par for the course for Huey to offend everyone. Yeah. So be pretty normal. So make sure when you do check out Novelkeys, you use the promo code TOPCLACK, 2 words, get you 5% off your entire order. So save you a few bucks there. And of course, as usual, we have Zfrontier and Akono.store. That is Impa Club, the latter. So make sure you order stuff through those guys too. Support the people that support us, because they're cool people. We wouldn't have them as sponsors if they were not cool people.
Only the coolest people.
We actually think about things. I swear to you. I swear to you. We think about things.
It's dangerous when we do think, but sometimes good things can happen.
Yep. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors and to you guys for checking out this episode. Of course, as usual, VODs and Podbean will be up shortly after this episode. So if you wanted to check out any part of that, below the stream, you can join our Discord and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Both of those are pretty awesome. Subscribing to YouTube helps us out a lot. And, you know, if you want to come hang out with us and all the cool people in the Top Clack Discord, you probably should. We do giveaways there sometimes that are, like, exclusive to the Discord. So, you know, hop in, maybe win something every now and then.
Yeah. It's
a
good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. But until next time.
Well, everyone, that's going to be it for us tonight. You can catch us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/TopClack. Stay classy, friends. Ding!